The Incas were one of the largest civilizations in South America territory. Reports say that the first lands they inhabited were in the region of Cusco, city located in the Peruvian Andes, which was once the capital of the empire.
Around the 15th century, the Incas saw an expansion of lands favorable to the empire. This expansion of territories meant that the fertile lands for cultivation were divided into three plots: land designated for the sun god, controlled by the priests; royalty lands; and lands for the Inca population.
Yes. Their religion was based on the worship of everything that nature came to offer, such as the land itself and its resources, the sun, the moon, etc. With this, the population believed that all their conquests and everything that happened around them was due to the fact of rituals and sacrifices performed by them, and also often these rituals were performed with animals and humans.
The policy and positions of great authority of the Inca people were based in a pyramid scheme, whose top was the Inca, the greatest political authority, who was considered of descendant of Sun God, son followed by an emperor who he had the job of protecting the lands and all the valuable goods of the state. Then he would have the right nobility and the political administrative positions, like the priests, chiefs, and military, wise men, etc. Further told, there would be traders and artisans, and finally the peasants who served as labor of agricultural work, who had large structures for storing food and clothes used on all position types of occasions. They men seem less important but the lower class, such as trader and peasants, were those who contributed most to Inca culture as we know it today.
To facilitate communication between the Inca cities, tools that arrived had huge palaces of stone, temples, and other large structures of unimaginable dimensions for the time. They built roads between the cities, which helped in the displacement and communication. The organization was a complex and essential process for Inca development. Despite all the difficulties imposed by the climate and relief of the Andean peaks, it is possible to observe today that even in regions of instability, such as earthquakes, Inca structures still resist today. Up to date, showing that Islamic architecture was resisting strong seismic shocks. With the arrival of Europeans in the Americas, it was the beginning of the end for the South American population. Internal conflicts already excited among the Incas, and taking advantage of this stable moment was the key to European domination over this civilization. A fast and merciless process of the Europeans have even sentenced the most vulnerable to death.